Hello friends, welcome to our channel Geologica. We are here dealing with the 100 geomorphology MCQs, and out of those we have question number 26 to question number 32 in this video. So let's begin with our questions. Question number 26 is, which among of the following is a depositional feature produced by the underground water? So for underground water, the depositional feature is your stalagmite, while barchels and loess are formed due to the wind action and delta is formed due to the river. So as the depositional feature is concerned by the groundwater, we have the two features stalagmite and stalactite, which are generally confusable. So as you can see in this diagram, there are some columns which are originating from the base and there are some columns which are originating from the ceiling of the cave. So the features which are originating from the floor, they are known as stalagmite. As the term lag is coming, lag means our lag, okay. Then the features which are originating from the ceiling, they are termed as stalactite, lactite, okay. So don't confuse with the stalagmite and stalactite. Okay, here fourth option will be our right answer. Now question number 27th is, low-lying lands where the water table has just reached the land surface are called. So as far as the water table is concerned, oases, swamps, marshes and lagoons, all the fours containing the water, but the last three, swamps, marshes and lagoons, they are related to the coastal areas, and lagoons, these are formed due to the river, while oasis is related to the wind action. When wind is continues to eroding the subsurface or the surface, it will lead to the depression like structure. When this depression reached to the water level or the, we can say, water table, it will known as oasis. Okay, so here first option will be our right answer, that low lying lands where the water table has just reached the land surface. Okay, here we are talking about the water table, not only the water. Okay, because swamps, marshes and lagoons, all the three contains water, but water table is related to the oceans. So next question is, concave procession of barchans is indicative of the direction of. So as you know that barchans is a type of dune, and as we have already discussed about these three type of dunes in our previous MCQs, so it is related to the wind. But what happens is that there are several type of dunes which denotes the direction of wind. As far as the barchans are concerned, they are something like this. Okay, and out of those, this is the concave side. Okay, let me change the color. This is the concave side and this is the convex side. So concave side is always denotes the direction of wind, while if you have the parabolic dunes are just opposite of these Barchan dunes, in which the convex side, this is here, this is the concave side and this is the convex side. So here convex side will shows the direction of wind. So keep in mind that Barchans and parabolic dunes have different type of wind direction. Okay, here a question may be asked that the horns, these are the horns, that horns of the Barchans shows the wind direction, while the horns of the parabolic dunes are opposite to the wind direction. Okay, so here fourth option is our right answer. Now next question is, V-shaped valley is indicative of. So V-shaped valley is the indicative of youth stage of river, all of you know very well. So as the stage of river increases from youth to matured and finally the old stage, first we have the valley deepening, then as we move towards the old stage we will have the valley widening. Okay, so as we have the deeper the valley, you will have the shape is something like V. Okay, and V-shaped valleys are further divided into two groups, that you know, gorges and canyons. Okay, so these two are also the type of V-shaped valleys, or these are related to the youth stage of river, and hence here third option is our right answer. Now question number 30 is broad loop of a meander with a narrow neck which is cut off from one side of the deserted channel. So let us understand it with the diagram broad loop of a meander. Let's make this is the broad loop of a meander with a narrow neck. So this is something like this, where you have the very narrow type of neck. Okay, very narrow. Okay, and this is known as the oxbow lake. Okay, neither the entrenched meander nor the free meander and nor the braided river, as I have already told about the formation of braided river and the carrying capacity and load of the braided river in the previous video. Okay, so here first option will be your right answer, that it is an oxbow lake. Now question 31 is fallen rock debris that accumulate at the base of the cliff. It is known as the talus. Now there may be confusion because it looks like the alluvial fans, but there are differences in the alluvial fan and the talus, that it is the fallen rock, while the talus when the river fan or alluvial fans are related to the action of water. Okay, so talus and alluvial fans, these two are the different terms, but they look similar in appearance. So keep in mind the two different terminologies. Now question 32 is a very different type of question. A bar connecting an island to the mainland or to the another island is called. As you can see that this is the mainland, you can consider that it is a mainland, or it can be another island, and one island is connected with a small bar like this. So this feature is known as tombolo. Now how it is formed? It is formed as the oceanic waves comes like this, then definitely whatever sediments, whatever material it is carrying or it is eroding from these areas, they will be deposited just behind the island, and it will form a channel or a passage like of structure which is known as tombolo. Okay, so here third option will be our right answer. So it's all about for today. In the next video we will see some next questions, and finally we will complete our total 100 geomorphology MCQs in further videos. Thank you.